Welcome to this video. Today, I'll walk you through how to set up a seamless integration between Oracle NetSuite ERP, Google Drive, and DocuSign across specific account configurations using the Cyclr embedded iPaaS platform. The process begins with a trigger event in NetSuite. When a user clicks a custom button in the interface, an HTTP request is sent to the Cyclr platform. This request includes the sales order number, which initiates the integration flow. From there, Cyclr captures all the necessary data fields, such as the signer's name, email address, customer details, and any relevant custom fields. Once the data is validated, the system searches Google Drive for the sales document that matches the customer's name. When the document is found, it's downloaded and used to create a DocuSign envelope, which is then sent to the appropriate signer. After the envelope has been sent, the workflow updates the order status in NetSuite to sent using a custom-defined field. Once the document is signed, a webhook from DocuSign automatically triggers a second workflow. This workflow detects the signing stage and updates Oracle NetSuite accordingly, keeping everything synchronized without any manual steps. Even though the flow may seem simple, it actually involves specific configurations and integration considerations, especially when accounting for the varying settings in Oracle NetSuite and DocuSign. Thankfully, with the advanced capabilities of the Cyclr integration platform, we're able to set up the entire integration without writing a single line of code. Let's build it together. Before we dive into building the integration, the first step is installing the Oracle NetSuite connector. This connector was developed by our Cyclr team to make the process as seamless as possible. We've taken care of the complex authentication process and have converted most of NetSuite's API endpoints into ready-to-use methods within our low-code workflow development platform. That means you don't have to worry about handling raw API calls or writing extensive code. Everything is designed to be as straightforward as possible. Installing the NetSuite connector is quick and easy. All you need to do is enter your account ID, client secret, and other required credentials, all based on NetSuite's token-based authentication. Once you've added these details, the connector will be ready to use, allowing you to sync data effortlessly between NetSuite and your SaaS application. If you need a more detailed walkthrough, we've got a step-by-step installation guide available to help you through the process. Installing the DocuSign connector is also a straightforward process. Simply head over to https://developers.docusign.com and create an integration key. During setup, you'll need to enter the redirect URLs, which you can easily copy from the Cyclr connector setup page. Once that's done, just copy and paste your integration key and secret key into Cyclr, and you'll be able to authorize the connector in seconds. Now that we've completed the setup, let's move on to building the integration. To begin, we'll set up a webhook listener within the Cyclr integration template. Once it's created, simply copy the webhook URL. You'll need it in the next step. There are several ways to trigger a webhook from Oracle NetSuite, depending on your environment. These include using Suite Script within the Suite Cloud platform. In our case, we're deploying a Suitelet to send an HTTP post request containing the sales order ID as the payload when the custom button is clicked. After that, paste the webhook URL into the parameter setup within the Suitelet deployment to complete the configuration. Let's run a quick test to make sure everything is working as expected. When the end user clicks the custom button, it triggers the HTTPS post request to our webhook URL. You can then check the audit log of the first step in Cyclr. There, you'll see that the webhook was successfully triggered and includes the internal sales order ID from Oracle NetSuite. That confirms the connection is working. With that in place, we can move on to building the rest of the integration. Start by dragging the getSalesOrder method onto the canvas and map it to the previous step using the internal sales order ID. In this example, we're working with several custom fields in the sales order of Oracle NetSuite, including the signer's contact, the DocuSign status, and a checkbox to indicate whether the document has been sent. Let's jump into the Cyclr platform and see just how easily these fields can be configured. The good news is these custom fields are automatically included in the sales order payload. All you need to do is configure the Oracle NetSuite connector settings, review the field locations, and give them clear display names that are easy for end users to recognize. Once that's done, anyone can map these fields during integration, no coding required. Back in the workflow builder, we'll now add a couple of decision steps to determine whether the data should be sent to the DocuSign platform. The first decision step checks if the custom checkbox is ticked. Since we've already configured the custom fields, they're available for use right away. Next, we add another decision step to check the DocuSign status field. The workflow should only continue if the status is set to the initial stage, ID is 1, From here, we'll add a step to retrieve the customer information using the customer ID. In this step, the customer ID is mapped from the entity ID field retrieved in the Get Sales Order step. As you can see, Cyclr makes it easy to connect records across different systems using simple mapping tables. We'll also add a Get Contact by ID step to pull the signer's details from the ERP's contact list. The mapping here is straightforward. Just link the contact's primary ID from this step to the custom field used to store the DocuSign signer ID. At this point, we've gathered enough information from Oracle NetSuite to proceed with the second half of the setup. Typically, sales agreement PDFs to be signed can be downloaded directly from the file cabinet in Oracle NetSuite. However, in our case, we're taking a different approach. We've created a dedicated folder in Google Drive where each folder is named to match the corresponding customer record in Oracle NetSuite. To retrieve the document, we'll use the standard Google Drive connector in Cyclr. First, we add a step to search for the folder using the customer name. Then we add two more steps, one to list all the files within that folder, and another to download the specific document we need for the next stage of the workflow. With all the necessary components ready, we can now use Cyclr's user-friendly form-based mapping table to configure the fields required to create a DocuSign envelope. You'll map values like the sales order number, signer name, file name, and the actual signing document, pulling data from earlier steps in the workflow. Finally, once the envelope is created successfully, we'll add a step to update the custom status field in the sales order record. With just a few clicks in the mapping table, the update is complete. And just like that, our first integration workflow is up and running. Once the signing process is complete in DocuSign, we want to sync that information back to Oracle NetSuite using a second integration workflow. This can be easily achieved by leveraging DocuSign's out-of-the-box Connect webhook, which listens for various events, such as when an envelope is completed or declined. Using Cyclr's utility connector switch, we can route the workflow based on these event types to the appropriate action for the sales order in Oracle NetSuite. This second part of the integration is quite straightforward. What really stands out is how Cyclr works seamlessly with custom fields configured in DocuSign. In our setup, we've stored the NetSuite sales order ID in a custom field within the DocuSign envelope. This field acts as a critical mapping key, allowing us to correctly identify and update the corresponding sales order record in NetSuite. Cyclr's DocuSign connector can automatically capture this custom field data thanks to its built-in support. Once retrieved, the integration uses it to match the correct record in Oracle NetSuite, ensuring a smooth and reliable sync that completes the integration loop effortlessly. In conclusion, as you've seen, building this integration is both simple and efficient using Cyclr's out-of-the-box connectors for Oracle NetSuite, DocuSign, and Google Drive. We enable seamless integration across different configurations of Oracle NetSuite and DocuSign, even when working with custom fields or custom records. Our architecture also supports a multi-tenant setup, making it easy to manage integrations across multiple environments independently, just like in this case study. We hope you found this video helpful and enjoyed the walkthrough. Thank you for your watching.